안녕하세요. 이 선생님이에요. 한국어 이중언어반에 오신 것을 환영합니다. Today we are going to revise what we have learned so far during Korean for the past 8 weeks. As we revise, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back because you'll find that you know more than you think. 물질 means materials. What are some types of materials that we learned about this term? Let's have a look. 나무, which means wood. 종이, which means paper. 고무, which means rubber. 유리, meaning glass. 금속, meaning metal. 천, meaning fabric. 플라스틱, meaning plastic. 돌, meaning stone. There are many other materials in our world, but these are the ones that we have learned this term. After we learned the materials, we looked at some properties of materials. 물질의 성질. 딱딱해요. It is hard. 구부러져요. It is bendy. 투명해요. It is transparent or see-through. 늘어나요. It is stretchy. And 물에 떠요. It floats on water. There was a week where we focused on different types of gloves because we were learning about how the same object can be made of different materials depending on its purpose. For example, 고무장갑 was a rubber glove that was waterproof and was used for washing the dishes or cleaning. Whereas 플라스틱 장갑 was a thin and transparent glove that we used for cooking. Then we had things like gardening gloves, which was a mixture of two different types of materials, 천 and 고무, which allowed our hands to be protected with the rubber as well as absorbing our sweat inside with the 천. So that was a very interesting week for us. Then there was a week where everyone was learning about the gingerbread man crossing the river, and in Korean class we learned the words 방수돼요, which means waterproof, and 흡수해요, which means it absorbs water. Last week we were learning about some other descriptive words that we can use for labeling our objects and materials, such as 무거워요, heavy, 가벼워요, light, 두꺼워요, thick, 얇아요, thin, and 거칠어요, rough. This week, in science and Korean, we learned all about what we can see in the garden, and your task would have been to draw and label what we can find in the garden. Today's task will be a word wall quiz. It will be the ultimate Korean quiz to revise this term. Next week, we'll be learning more about Korean phonics to get us ready for next term's work too. 그러면 주말 잘 보내시고 have a great weekend. 안녕히 가세요.